Good morning, world. This is Eric Rush doing the Max Action Daily Show. Let's get me pinned up here. Here we are. Hey, don't be a minion. For anybody that doesn't know the movie, you need to watch it. Because if you're going to be a superhero and do great things, just because you're surrounded by minions doesn't mean that you should be the leader of the circus as being your own minion. Guys, we go through life day after day after day after day after day after day after day, doing stuff that we know is not going to get us to where we want to go. And somewhere in all of this, somebody needs to say, pull your head out and stop being a minion. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because we are still working our way through the Choose to Win book by Mr. Zigler. He, in the last section, let me back up here. First off, we were going to talk about the fact that we're having a birthday party for you, and you are 80 years old, and everybody that is around you is now appreciating the fact that you have done all of the great things that you have done in your world, and that they are all grateful for the fact that you are willing to step up and do what you had to do. One of the things that he brings up in this book is to take your last name and create words that have meaning. Um, my name, Rush. Respectful, relentless, utilize success, caring, honest. Just an example. Take your last name and use words that actually mean something to you so that you can create a guideline for your legacy and have that be your guiding light. Okay. So after that, starts getting into what is your plan? He is saying that the quickest way to success is to replace a bad habit with a good one. Period. It's that simple. So as you're going through your day, think about how can you replace one bad habit with a good habit. Some people, instead of taking an elevator, they'll take the stairs. Some people, if they're trying to quit smoking, will read 2 pages out of a book. Some people, instead of going for the donut, they'll go for an apple. It's the tiny little things that change every day. And guys, I want you to think about good habit, bad habit, good habit, bad habit. It's like a teeter totter because by getting rid of a bad habit, it's like taking a brick out of your backpack and putting like an energy bar in there. Because when you get rid of baggage and you add a positive in your brain, it's like actually doing two things. So you're actually get double dipping. Every time you replace a bad habit with a good one, you're supercharging your brain and you're supercharging what you believe about you and what you believe is possible. So, in another training that I absorbed last night, it talks about how every time you do something positive, that you see that it happens and that it adds fuel to your fire and the belief that you can do things. People that were here a couple days ago, over the last couple of days, will remember what Tom talks about as far as being in the furnace, like a piece of steel. It hardens you to be prepared for the next adventure. So, some of the people on here have seen before from me what is referred to as the wheel of life. And for anybody that's listening that wants to go back and catch the video, I'm actually holding it up on the screen right now. In Tom's version, he has physical, family, mental, financial, spiritual, career, and personal. So what they do here is they start out with a wheel in the center, and those are the spokes coming off of a wheel. And there is a 1 through 10 on each one of those. So what you want to do is to just simply take a circle and draw a circle half the way inside of that. So that's about where the 5 would be. And I would not make it a 7 spoke wheel, mainly because it's a bitch to draw. Where if you just make it an 8 spoke wheel, you can still use physical, family, mental, financial, spiritual, career, personal. In other times I've seen this, people would make it things like your surroundings, like how do you take care of your stuff, personal growth. You can put whatever you want on here, whatever is making a difference for you. If you are going to use these, I would strongly suggest that you add one more: personal growth, reading, whether it's reading or YouTube or whatever. Guys, if you make personal growth one of these, then as you think about how you can replace a bad habit with a good habit, if you right now are at a 0 on personal growth, you don't read books, you don't watch videos, blah, 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 and you decide that today's the day that that shit all changes. And whenever you've got a minute and you're not on the phone, you actually have a headset and you start putting something good into your head anytime you can, I have super good news for you. 99% of the information that's available in the world is available for free. And if you get yourself the $1 million headset and start pumping that stuff into your head, and you crank up the personal growth from a 0 to a 10, you can raise anything else on this wheel of life to any level you want, one notch at a time. Guys, life is like a ladder. You got to take steps up in order to move up. And it's also like a ladder in another way. I'd love to see anybody try to jump 3 rungs on a ladder. You're going to get hurt. You got to do the steps. One of the little things that I got in my house is that success is like a stairway. It's not like an elevator. You got to do the steps. Now, when I brought that up last time and I published it on a Facebook page a while back, I had a guy come back with success is like an escalator, which is huge. Because if you're not taking steps up, life by itself, gravity will pull you down. Now, this is the part where people are going to be really pissed that I pointed this out. If you have a circle of friends that are trying to drag you down, one of the best habits that you need to break is spending time around them. If they are sucking energy out of your life, why are you allowing them to be in your world? You have to replace them with people that are on a mission to learn, are on a mission to go somewhere, and people that are going to pump you up. The back to the balancing act. The more people that you got that are trying to hold you back and slow you down, the more people you need to put on the other side of the teeter-totter to offset that shit. Because if you don't get it to swing towards the success side versus the gravity of normal, it'll never tip. You'll never make it. There's a whole lot of us that got a whole lot of stuff that we got to recover from. I've come up with a new concept that I don't think I've ever heard anybody use before. A lot of people have the phrase of throwing mud on the wall. The good news is if you got a great big wall and you start throwing mud at the wall, even if it slides, you know what it's going to do? It's going to start filling in. You keep throwing enough shit on the wall long enough, that pile of shit's going to end up building up so that the step over the wall is going to be pretty damn easy one of these days. Don't be afraid to try something unless you're going to die. That really needs to be just about the only limitation. Well, if you're going to if you're going to go to jail forever, that's going to, but if it's not illegal, it's not immoral. Don't be afraid to try it, guys. Going back to the 80-year-old birthday party, when you're sitting around, do you want to have a whole bunch of your friends say that you had the balls to try anything that you had an idea to do? Or do you want them to say that you were too afraid? You were scared you were going to lose a nickel. You were scared that you weren't going to look good. I don't know about you guys. I'd rather have the world say the dude was crazy, willing to try anything, and he figured out a whole bunch of stuff. But he didn't have the fear of making a mistake in the process of getting somewhere. Guys, think about what categories you want on your wheel of success. I'm going to just stop calling it the wheel of life. It's the wheel of success. This morning, I thought that choosetowin.com was available, and I tried like hell to buy it. GoDaddy, when I was searching for the wheel of life that they've got in here in the book, if anybody's got the book, that don't work. Anybody that wants a copy of a wheel of life, get with me because I have one. I need to find it. I haven't looked at it in a long time, but I'll find it. It's really pretty easy. If you just take a circle and then put a circle half that size inside of it, just cut it like a pizza and then cut that again and put whatever names around there that mean something to you. If it's how to put your makeup on, if it's how to organize your tools, if it's the habit of making dials, I'm being a minion in my own world because for me to become a super hero, I won't say villain, but for me to make mad money in the insurance business, I have to make dials. It's just part of the deal. It's kind of like if you're going to enjoy a horse, you're going to have to shovel some horse shit. It's just part of the deal. I need to get in there and start shoveling the shit. That's the habit that I need to make. Dials for my wheel of success in my business needs to be on here. Now, the super cool thing is in my travels this morning as I was looking at stuff, in one of Tom's events that he did, he actually had a bicycle. So the whole concept of the wheel of success is that they need to be balanced. Otherwise, you're going to have bumpy wheels. If you got one of these, let's say you're a fitness geek and your fitness is at 10, but you can't have dinner with anybody because you're too much of an asshole about what you eat and you're rude to everybody and you make fun of them about what they're eating, your social circle number is going to be about maybe a 1. Your physical fitness is a 10. That's not going to be a happy circle for you to enjoy the ride of life. So here's where it becomes super freaking cool. So he's got one wheel that is the wheel of success for your personal life. Now he's got another wheel, which is the wheel of success for your business. Guys, if you can figure out how to get two wheels like that have the pertinent things in them and figure out how to fill in the weaknesses so that it becomes a good, nice, smooth ride, here's where it gets really cool. You know the phrase they talk about how once you learn how to ride a bike, it's something that you never lose? This is the same thing, guys. Once you figure out how to change those bad habits to good habits and you stick with them for 66 days, you become who you want to be by doing what you need to do so that you can have what you deserve to have, which, if you're willing to change one habit at a time and crank your personal growth and your learning, can be anything you want. In my situation, I am stoked about building this show to the point where we've got 10,000 people in West Michigan that are fired up about personal growth and physical fitness, because I know if I can get them there, they can do anything they want to, including building this country back to something to be proud of instead of a bunch of people that are just being minions and fighting against each other. Let's focus on the good and think about where we can go if we pull together. We need to realize that everything in life is a me and me deal. Let's start looking inward and see how we can improve ourselves so that we can improve the people and the mindset that we attract in our world. I'll be super honest with everybody right now. I got one loyal listener, the other one had to go to work. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing here. And if you think there's any value in what I'm throwing out here, please give me your opinion how I can be better. Please share this with your friends, recommend my page, and if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, subscribe to my channel, because at this point there should be a link in there for you to subscribe to my channel. This is the Max Action Daily Show, where you can make a difference by putting good stuff into your head every single day so that you got more good stuff to share with the rest of the world. I'm no super genius, guys. Seriously. I am just a guy that's reading a book and running his mouth about what he's learning in the book. But we don't have enough people studying how to get better. If we can get more people listening to what I'm studying, I'm going to read like this until the day I die. So, guys, improve your wheel of life, your wheel of success. It's up to you. What one habit can you focus on improving today that will make you feel like more of a badass so that it turns into having a bust attitude so that you've got the confidence to go try anything you can get your hands on? The world is your playground. Enjoy being on the playground, because unless you're a vampire, you were only given 100 years. So let's get going. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Randy, I appreciate you sticking with me, man. Gail was here this morning. Um, Looking to grow this channel. Share and give me your opinion. What can we do better to get 1 million people on this show every morning? Talk to you soon. Have a great day.